How's it going, everybody? We're going to get started real soon. Oh, jeez. Gotta mute that. It always happens. Okay. All right, welcome. We're going to get started in just a few moments here. Just want to take a moment to let those notifications go out and everybody can get their coffee and settle in because we're going to do some work. And Mark is going to get that cookie today. Sorry, wigwag, but Mark was here first. And Lauren. Hey, Lauren. OVR Trains, OVRtrains.com. Oh yeah, the background line, that was just because I'm running my cameras from my phone and it doesn't show me the comments, so I have to have my laptop up and basically on the stream just so I can see the comments as they come in and lets me know if my angles are good or not. So yeah. But what we're looking at here, this is the beginning or the middle of my scrapyard. This is kind of what I've been working on this past couple of weeks here. If you do follow me on other socials, then you'll have seen I did post some pictures on my Instagram and my Facebook, basically showing that I weathered this building a little bit here, and the crane, it's looking worse for wear, which is good, because I guess that's what happens, right? They start off yellow and then they start to rust or they get dirty, etc. But I have to get some work done in this area, and I thought I would share that with everybody today. Whoever is watching, chilling at home. It's not the greatest outside, so this is what we're doing today. Also, I do have a bit of an unboxing to do, which I will show you shortly. And we will get started then, I guess. Okay, so now I won't be able to see or hear you guys because I'm going to go into my other room. The laptop is here and it's plugged in, so I can't really move it. But I'm going to do the unboxing first to get that out of the way. And you guys will be able to see it. Okay, so we're going to go into the other room. Okay, here we go. Just going to readjust this a little bit here. Now you guys do know I do a lot of work with different companies and whatnot. I've done some work for Rapido and OVR and Mini Prints. But another company that I highly recommend and highly endorse would be Grand Central Scenery. And the lovely people over at Grand Central Scenery, I know her as Nancy, but Nancy put together another box for me and she sent this out. So I wanted to do an unboxing and show you guys what they had sent me. I'm going to do a project of some sort throughout the month here with some of this stuff. And I'm going to show you probably on keeping track. So let's see what they've sent. I mildly opened it, as you can tell, because I'm not going to struggle with that on camera. But Grand Central Scenery, they make trees and other scenery type things. It's very realistic. Sorry, Split Rock, I know that you're a big fan of what is it called? The other tree company. What are they called? You guys know what I'm talking about. They make those realistic looking trees. Scenic Express. Remembered. But these guys, I don't have to make any of this stuff. This is already pre-made. It's all made by hand. I've been bugging Lauren to get some of this stuff in because they're really nice. I think they would sell really well up here in Canada. So some bubble wrap, more bubble wrap, and right away I'm seeing some really nice stuff. So they've sent me stuff in the past, and a little thank you goes a long way. So what they've sent me in the past mostly is I guess summer trees, and I've also had some winter trees, and I gave the winter trees away because I'm not doing a winter theme on my layout, but they were really, really nice. They had like the frosted tips and everything. But it looks like, from what I'm seeing so far, is that they sent me some trees that are perfect for the fall, which are really nice. So these ones here, these are 3 small handcrafted birch trees. And I'm going to show you an up-close look at these. There we go. 3 little birch trees. And they're perfectly taken care of here in the plastic see-through box, where they can't be damaged or anything, because this holds together very nice. And they're all hot glued to this nicely turfed base. So I've done videos on these before, not this specific fall color, but if you're into wargaming as well, and you have scenery that you move around the table, this is perfect for creating a quick scene where you can just put the whole base on an area of your battlefield, I guess you could say, and it adds quick terrain. So very nice. And I really like the fall colors. The fall colors are nice. Fall is my favorite season, and the top level of my layout, my layout itself transitions from September, like early September, into mid-October. And October is when you start seeing, a lot more colors and whatnot, and it's so bright and beautiful. I plan on doing more of that towards the top of the layout, the October-ish, where the bottom is more like mid to late September. So these are very nice. Something like that will run you $25 American for the 3 handcrafted trees. So it's a very nice set. Next, they always throw in a pack of these because you can never have too many. I've showed these off before to you guys. These are the spruce pine trees. Now it's $25 American, and you get 15 little spruce trees. I don't know how you can see that if it's in the plastic, but you guys kind of get the idea. And they are approximately, I do have my tape measure here, well, ruler. These are approximately 3 inches tall. There's a couple that are 2, so they do vary in size. 2, that one's 2.5. So they're about 2 to 3 inches tall, which is great. It gives you a good variety in size. No 2 trees are alike, so that's the beauty of doing the handcrafted, or handmade, I guess you could say. These are cute, and they are 10 realistic handcrafted aspen trees, and it's $20 for the 10 baby trees. Now the perfect thing with this is that you can use this for HO scale, or you can use it for N scale. This might be a good sized tree for N scale if you have, if you're trying to get like a larger size tree effect, because these will probably tower over an N scale train. But it'll also work for shrubbery, or if you're trying to add some smaller trees into your bush and whatnot. It'll definitely give a good effect. What is your problem? My cat's being noisy in the other room. She's not getting enough attention. Again, these are all on a little base, and they're all hot glued. Very cool. Very cool. I really like these. So they make some good filler. I really like that. What do we have next? What do we have next? Oh, this one's gorgeous. Okay, so this one here, look at this bad mama jamma. It doesn't have a name to it. Okay, well, it is obviously from Grand Central Scenery, but we've got this tree here, 3/4. It is smushed down a little bit because of the top of the box there, but yeah, that is a very, very nice looking tree. I love the color. Again, another fall color. And if you look at the base of the tree, which you can see more so from the back here, if I can get that red dot out of the way in the glare, it actually looks like there's bark on that tree. Such a nice looking piece to go on your layout. I can imagine having a bunch of these spread throughout and then having filler all around each one. Just, you know, all the different colors, all the different sizes and shapes. And really just that pop of color that brings everything to life. It's so cool. Something like this here, I do believe, is about $10 to $15 American for the one tree. But I don't have a price on me. I thought there would be a price on here. There is not. So if you're interested, you can always go check out Grand Central Scenery. They're also on Instagram as well. So they're always posting pictures and whatnot. More trees, more trees. I've had some of these before, and they make for good variety. So it's $20 US for 4 realistic handcrafted oak trees. These are oak. Very nice. And these are about 3 inches tall as well. But they've got the nice looking trunks to them. And the leaves, there's a couple of different colors of leaf on it. There's like a medium green and a light green on there. And it gives it that variety, that realistic look. I know it's kind of hard to see with it being in the plastic, but I don't want to take these out yet if I don't have to. I want them to stay protected. We've got one more set of trees here and then something a little different. So this is $30. And you get 7 realistic handcrafted fall aspens. And they are this gorgeous orangish red color. And you've got the white bark there. Very nice. I've got a couple of different ones like this. I've got like a really tall one that has green. These ones are really nice with the orange. And of course, you know, they come in many different sizes and whatnot. And each one is different. You can't make 2 that are the exact same. So that's really awesome. And when you get like 7 at a time, that's a good area that you can fill in. Unfortunately, you need like thousands of trees, so it's tough. But when you get a bigger tree like this that spreads out a little bit more, it takes up more space, you know, it kind of makes up for it, and you know, you don't need as many at that point. But these are really, really nice. And yeah, I'm excited to see these on the layout or on the project that I'm going to work on. Very cool. Very cool. Nice looking trees. And of course, they don't just make trees. They also do... Yeah. They also do bridge. What are they? What are they called? Bents? Scale bents? Well, it's to hold up a bridge, right? So that's very nice. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 supports, bridge supports here. And these are all wood. They're wood and they're handcrafted. So if you're a big fan of trestles and bridge, you know, type stuff, this might be something that you would be interested in. It's yeah, it literally looks like logs, and I'm pretty sure they use the same technique when they're making their trees, so that it, you know, obviously looks very realistic. For these, you're looking at $15 for the 5 pieces. So yeah, not bad. It's like $3 a piece at that point. Or is it 3 times? Yeah. Yeah, it's like $3 a piece. So that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna have any trestles in my you know, layout area like this, because I use a lot more modern stuff. So I'll be looking to maybe do a giveaway at some point, and if anybody is interested, that might be a cool giveaway item. So, neat. So yeah, big shout out to Grand Central Scenery, grandcentralscenery.com. Go check them out. Go see if they have anything that you can use on your layout. I'm sure they do, because they've got so many different trees, so many different sizes. You can get bags of trees at that point, you know. And they do have locomotive carrying cases as well. Very nice. I don't have any here though, but yeah, it's just one of the many things that they carry. So look forward to me doing a project with some of this stuff. Also, if you've seen some of my other videos where I'm showing some parts of my layout, the trees that I do use mostly will be the Grand Central Scenery, because it's what I prefer. I've tried making my own with the Woodland Scenics, and it just doesn't turn out the way that I want it to. I will try the that other kind as well, as recommended by Split Rock, because his look really good too. But that takes a lot of patience. I don't know if I have patience to make that many trees, because well, let's face it, you know, there's so many things that you could be doing in the hobby. You know, you could be sitting there working on trees for like a while. If you want to spend all your time working on trees, that's great, but it's not something that I personally want to do. So it happens. Now, if you have just recently joined the live here, I can't see you. I can't, because my computer's in the other room. I just quickly want to paint this here, or finish painting this. This is a section of the layout that I've been working on. It's a retaining wall. There's a set of stairs here that come up, and the train station's right here. This is all removable from the layout for now, because I have so much that I need to do with it. And so like I obviously I painted all this. That's a different color, and now I'm painting the railing a very nice blue color. I'll show you up close look. There we go. I like the blue. The blue is very nice. It's it's Mr. Meeseek's blue. Not sure if you watch Rick and Morty, but that's my little inside thing there. But yeah, I thought the blue would be a very nice touch, especially on this concrete color. I'm gonna have to come back and obviously weather all this, so that'll be a project for another day. But I do want to finish this railing here, paint it blue, and then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do some work on the actual layout. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Everyone had a good Easter, and y'all are staying out of trouble. Tim from They Make It Like That will be going live tomorrow night for Third Rail Thursday. We do this little thing here, with all the GVO guys, where we take turns every Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and we do a live. Now, typically, this would be my week. This would be my Thursday, tomorrow night. But Tim was under the weather last week, so I did my good deed for the week, and I did a live instead. I did a bit of ballasting on the layout, which was fun. And, you know, it's all about getting things done, right? There's just like 500 things that I need to do on this layout. Isn't 501. And, you know, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. Of course, like obviously when you've got family and work and all that fun stuff, don't always have time for trains and stuff. So there's that. But I always manage to find the balance, so that's good too. I do like to do 2 coats of this because even though I've got the primer on, the blue being the way it is, or I don't know if it's because it's acrylic, but it doesn't adhere the best and the brightest. So what you've seen, like what I showed you, this part here, I've already done 2 coats on that. So that's why it looks so bright. Where with this new section that I'm doing here along this side, it's the first coat. So I'm going to need to come back and do a second coat on this when this dries or whatever. Maybe tomorrow or something, I don't know. But that'd be fun. In other news, so I'm trying to remember everything, right? Like I've got nothing written down here. This is off the top of my head while I'm doing this painting, because I can't see you guys. You know, computer's in the other room, so I'm just gonna talk and it'll give you something to listen to. So basically, I've got the new logo. You can see that in the corner there. Basically, had some help from N-Scale Dystopia for my new logo. So I have stickers that are on the way, and I'll be sending those out very soon. If you have not sent me your address and you do want a sticker, you can always send me an email. My email is the GVO after dark at hotmail.com. Send me your address and I'll send you a sticker. We're always doing sticker exchanges now, so I'll hop on the bandwagon. And I like stickers too. I've been putting a lot of stickers on the layout. A lot of my favorite YouTubers. And along with the new logo, I've also updated my merch store. So if you do want to get a t-shirt or a hoodie with the logo on. Now, I don't know if it shows or if it's very obvious, but I made the logo bigger and I put it on the back. And then on the front, on the chest here, it just says GVO. I'm going to come up with another one, which is specifically for crew members, which will state, you know, yes, you are part of the GVO crew, and it'll be exclusive for them. And yeah, I gotta order some myself too. And the girls at Otter Valley were also requesting hoodies, so they need some apparently. I'll probably have a package on the way from them next week, because I have not ordered my caboose yet. Or cabooses. Cabooses? Booses. I call them booses. But gotta get my O&R cabooses. Okay. Yeah, that's, well, like I said, it needs a second coat. For sure. For sure. You can only see some of this from one angle, so I'm not too worried about like the back side of some of this railing if it's not completely like 100%, because you won't see it anyways. But for the most part, like I want it to look nice. So there we go. So yeah, that's the end of the layout right here. So yeah, very nice. I like it. So just put my lid on that, and we'll go out to the layout, and we will do some more work. Also, I want to say hi to everybody. Hey, Doug. Hey, Mystic. Wigwag. Kyle. What's going on, everybody? Mike. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Wicked Insanity. How's it going? Digger Evans. How's it going? And DK, Mr. Dwight Curley. And Glenn. Hey, Glenn. Never heard of Grand Central Scenery? You have to check them out. Absolutely. Grand Central Scenery makes some really good stuff. Like I said, you know, you can spend a lot of time, you know, making trees and whatnot. It's not my cup of tea, so I just buy all that stuff pre-made. So I have more time to run trains, right? But yeah, they were nice enough to send those out, so I'm very happy about that. And you know, I'm definitely happy to support them as a company as well. Hey Lee, how's it going? And Luca, welcome. I'm just gonna wash this brush real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so for this area here, I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview of what I've done. So when we take a look, I painted this entire area brown. Well, most of it anyways. I did the building. I built it. I put a backing to it. I took the back piece and I put it over on like the side of it there, which you can probably see better this way. And I made it just a longer building. Now I did add lights to all that, and I'm pretty sure the light switch over here, when I flick it on, bam. And I'm going to see if I can dim this to show you, because as the lights go down, it gets a little bit brighter. That has to go like back like that, but yeah. Yeah, so lights are on inside there. You can obviously see that I blacked out some of these windows as well. And I used a black piece of foam core board to block the inside there. I'll eventually put more details on the inside, but I did end up weathering the inside there. So even though it's a concrete color, you know, it's dirty now. It's a dirty kind of concrete. Yeah, I haven't done a live on Wednesday in a while. I'll run trains sometimes on the Wednesday, but because I've got so much work going on here, it's tough sometimes. So today in general, I'm just doing some work, right? So as far as with this, I'm pretty happy with the weathering that I did on the building. And as you can see, right, like it is what it is. The building is not glued down. I don't ever really glue down my structures. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to. Once I put ballast and rock and whatnot and scenery around it, it basically just holds it in place anyways. So I don't really feel like it's really necessary. How's the random? How's it going? But yeah, so I've got a whole bunch of lights hooked up to hubs, and you know, obviously, like when I turn on a hub, they all get turned on. So for example, this warehouse here, the light on the inside lights up. And I've got lights that are on the front of the building as well. You can see there. Very cool. So this is all part and parcel of that. They're all connected in one way or another. And I even have them hooked up to the street lights that are up here. So when I'm turning on certain things, you know, these lights will come on too. So that's cool. These are the Woodland Scenic lights. I did an install video of those, so that's neat. Here's more of those Grand Central scenery trees. These are ones that they had sent me previously. And there's more throughout. I'm still working on my whole tree thing here. You know, these are some of the Woodland Scenics ones with the bushes and mini print gooses right along here in the shrubbery. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you guys, but last month for my birthday, Bubs031, he didn't send it to me, he gave it to me by hand. But yeah, he gave me that truck there. Very nice. That is a, oh, what are they called? Trucks and Stuff. It's a very nice looking Trucks and Stuff with the reflective hopper on the back there. Very shiny. And you know, you guys know I've been working a lot in this area here, trying to bring all this together. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It is so much work. And I just flick the switch and the lights go out. And I'm going to turn my lights back on here. Hey Harrison, how's it going? Thanks for joining. We're gonna do some work on the layout here. And it's daytime again. Cool. Some of the stuff that I do need to work on here is wiring. And let's see. Is this, yeah, that's down. Okay. So one issue that I had when it comes to doing wiring, and I found this out more or less the hard way when it comes to switches. Now, on a lot of my switch areas, you can see, this is a good example here. So I've got a little gap in the rail, and this one is connected. So where this one is connected and soldered, this one has an insulated rail joiner. Now, I did this exact same style for my yard on the other side. The problem that I'm having with it is that normally when trains are going up, they will go straight, no problem, because the power goes, continuously up here. What they're supposed to do going this way is they're supposed to continue on through here. When it gets to here, I normally have an on and off switch that will determine, yes, there's power to it, no, there is not power to it. But they die before they even get to the sleeper. And that's mostly because there's no real power right here. And that sucks. So when I went back through and I was looking at my yard and I was fixing everything up, I had to drop another feeder in the middle here for this track. This one right here. The diverging rail, as they call it, I think. But anyway, so I had to drop another feeder for this one. And I technically did drop another feeder for this one, although there's, consecutive power going right through to here. But it would normally drop because of this track. So what I'm going to have to do here is roughly about the same thing. So in between each switch, I have to add, let's say, a feeder. Then for each turn-off like this, I have to add another feeder. Just to make sure that there's an accurate amount of power, to make sure that the trains will go through and all that stuff. Which, I mean, it is what it is, but it's kind of a pain at the same time. So that's part of what I'm going to do here. Now, I did glue these switches down, but this is not glued yet, and these are not glued in place. So I'm going to add the wiring for these, but I'm not going to wire these 3 tracks yet. I'm pretty sure I have on and off switches for them, but I think I might have ran out because I only had so many. So there's that. Hey Heath, how's it going? No, not Sunday today. I'm just working on the layout. And there's the drill bit I need. Okay. Oh, I need a marker. Okay, so this might get a little noisy. Sorry about that. So just to determine where we're going here. So I do have feeders right here, which will help to feed this way. I do have feeders right, where are they? They're right down here. And those will feed all the way up to here. Then I do have feeders all the way over here, which feed this entire siding here. So from here, which we've got some right here, That will feed this entire section up to the switch. So I need to do right here. So I'm going to put a mark, and then I'm going to do another set there, and another set here. And that should be good. So just the 3 sets. So this is covered up to here. This is covered from here up and down. And then this is covered for the off, the runoff. Now I use a small drill bit that is roughly about the same size as the wire, the same gauge, maybe a little bit bigger. And I go as close to the rail in between the sleepers. Again, this is just what I do. Whatever works for me might not necessarily work for you. But this is just what I do. Okay, so I've drilled my holes. Fairly easy stuff. Anyone can drill a hole, right? So just to remember, there's the hole. There's the hole. There's the hole. Let's see. Oh, that's not my car. It's the vacuum. Now, whoever said this thing is a piece of garbage is a liar. This is like the most helpful tool I've got, besides the screwdriver, when the drill runs out of batteries. Now where is my wire? Wire. Okay, so I got the wire here. This is fun. I also have this really neat wire snipper thing. I'm so low on wire, I need to get more wire. I've got this like, this one's really cool. Dave Co. or Dad Co. He got me this because he hated the one I was using previously. So that's just, it's a wire cutter, stripper. You know, you need it to do a certain thing, it'll do it. Now, I've predetermined that my left rail, so this rail, is going to be my red wire Always. No matter where you are on my layout, this will always be red. And I had made a box car. I don't know where it is now. I think it's over on the other side. Where you put a piece of tape on the one side, you label it as whatever, so in this case red. And then what you do is you push it around the layout. And if you're in a really confusing area and you have no idea if the track is supposed to be red or white or whatever color your wire is going to be, the box car will tell you. It'll label the side to which it needs to be, and that works perfect for most areas. Unless you're doing a reverse loop or something, then that's a whole other story. But for the most part, this will remain as the same. Where are you? There you go. I just want to take a quick look under the layout, and you guys can come with me. It's kind of dark, but whatever. So, yeah, I need to do a little bit of a cleanup here as far as wiring goes, but for the most part, it's controlled chaos. At least that's what I refer to it as. But this is normally why I have curtains, because the curtains will hide all this. It hides my shame, the shame that is wiring. Not a big fan of doing wiring, but it has to be done, so I make do. Now, I do have a couple of ports right here. I can always attach 2 tracks to this, and how many am I putting in? I can always take those apart and add longer ones now. So I'm adding 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to need to take those apart and I'll add longer ones so that I can fit more feeders on it. So that I'm fine with. So with this here, I just got to make sure these wires that are coming down will reach over to this general area. Cool. Now wiring, I'm not a huge fan of wiring. So this is one of those things that I try to keep as easy as possible, because if it's too much, if it's too extensive, then it starts to become unfun. And also things will stop working at that point. Now I make a little L, or one-sided T, and they all look like little snake heads sticking up there with their little tongues, you know? So I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to do that with each of them, and hopefully my cat doesn't pull them down, because she's already starting to play with them. She's the culprit when it comes to touching things that she shouldn't, and biting at the wires and whatnot. Normally when the curtains are on here, she'll be running in and out of here, you know, playing and whatnot. See, there she goes. She's gonna do it. I don't want her to do it. Don't do it. But she will. At least until I get everything wired up. So I'm gonna do this quickly before Catzilla here destroys everything. So the next one, yeah, I am going to need more wire. I'm like at the bottom of the roll, and I still have a bunch more to wire. I only have one feeder feeding my entire top level of my layout, if that means anything to you, but I mean, technically I only need the one right now because it's one solid piece going right around, so not a terrible thing. Okay, there's one wire, there's the other. Okay, so those two wires. It's funny because my cat actually thinks she's helping when she's not. So, oh no, don't pull it down. This is going to be a constant struggle here. We're gonna see this for what this really is here and what you're doing while I'm doing this. So she's fighting with the wires down there. While I'm working away up here. And these are my struggles anyways. Stop it. Stop it. You'd never know she was 13 just by the way she still plays and gets into trouble. And just so you guys know, I use, where is it? So 100, I get a roll. This is 100 feet of 20 gauge. I guess it's 20 gauge wire. That's what I use for my busing, my drop feeders, you know, like literally everything. And I never have any issues as far as, you know, wiring it. Cut it up. Why is it all of a sudden not? Now, I technically would normally like to do a live at night because I feel like more people are available to watch at night. But Wednesday nights are obviously tricky because there's a lot of people that do live streams on Wednesdays, which is totally fine. I don't like to step on toes and whatnot, as they say. So that's why during the day I don't mind. I'm off. The wife and I are taking the kids to go see Super Mario tonight, the movie. So that'll be fun. The Easter Bunny brought them some movie tickets, so. Sure beats loads and loads of chocolate. Oh, they still got chocolate. Well, they got chocolate and movie tickets. Okay, so that's good. I'm officially empty as far as feeder wire. I do have a lot of the spare stuff here. Like, this is all, spare wire that I've saved. Nothing that's too long, right? I can't do too much with this. Like, if I need to do like a patch job or something, it's handy, but it more or less is just, I need to connect something small. Absolutely. Let me do that, So I have to tin the ends and I have to solder them to the rail. Okay, so 2 seconds here. Just gonna get my solder. All right. I also need my beverage as well because it's toasty down here. Crawling around under the layout and whatnot. Doing all this stuff. This is, I'll probably be getting some other stuff eventually, but this is the solder I've been using. It's by Nextech. And it is, where's the gauge? 0.8 millimeter or 6040 solder. It does have a resin, not resin, but the whatever it's called, flux center to it. So I don't have to worry about that stuff. It's already there. And I need my extension cord to give me power. This is why I couldn't take the computer into the other room, because I needed to make sure that my thing was free so that I could solder. I had a long enough cable for that. Okay, so while that's heating up, I'll grab my beverage. Hey Perry, how's it going? And James, how's it going, James? Yeah, rosin. Rosin? Resin? Rosin. Because resin is something else, right? I'm just waiting for that to heat up. Sidetracks, how's it going? Solid wire or stranded wire? I don't know. I like how it comes twisted like that, where if I'm doing a long section where I'm connecting, like doing the main bus line or whatever, it keeps it neater, right? But when I'm dropping feeders, I have to untwist them to get them through, so that for obvious reasons, you can't put one double wire on one side of the track, right? I do one on one side, one on the other, and I put it down through the top, just so I get an accurate amount of how much I'm using at the bottom, more or less. And then it gives me some leeway as to where I can actually put it, more or less. Okay, so that should be heated up by now. File for this. Now, the only problem that I have in this general area is that I have, well, technically from here down to the main level, it's 15 inches, which isn't really enough, because then I lose a couple of inches coming up to here. So when I'm trying to work in these tighter areas, I have like a foot, maybe like a little bit less, it feels like. So it is a little crampy, but that's something that when I go to do a layout down the road, like a future layout, I'm going to make sure that there's more substantial room for activities, to do stuff, have taller buildings. Because even here, when I look at this, I had to raise this section up from here. So it would have made more sense to raise this up to give me more room down here. But my logic thinking was, well, this is an even spacing between here and here, and this is an even spacing between here and up here. So, that being said, this height didn't matter to me. It was this height, when it should have been this height mattering, even though this height changes a lot throughout the second level. So, yeah, that's one of those little things where it happens. But when we look up at my paper mill, my buildings, even though they had to be cut shorter, in a sense, they also go up into the top section, the rafters, if you will, of the top layout. It's tough to squeeze that in there, get that in and out, but I can. I just don't like removing it when I don't have to. So those are things that I'm going to work on in the future and try to improve so that I get more spacing in between each layout, or level, I should say. Soldering is one of those tricky things too. I mean, tricky if you're not good at it. If you're still early in the game of learning how to do this, but this is one of those things that you have to really learn and practice at in order to do it very clean and keep it consistent and make sure there's not abundance of
whatchamacallit, solder on your rails or on your track and all that stuff. I'm going to put you right in front of me here so you can watch. And I'm not saying I'm pro at this or anything as well, by the way. I just, I'm still learning myself, trying to perfect what I already have. I know this is probably painful for somebody like James, who is a really good electrician. So for this, might be hard for him to watch, but for myself, I'm just learning. I don't obviously touch that because that's going to be hot. I put a little bit of solder on the rail, and then it'll hold the feeder. Also, when you paint your track after, it'll cover up most of this too. You always want to solder on the outside of the rails. As well. That way there's no interruption on the inside with your flanges, right? And also you want to... I can do this with this file here because it's safe. But this is all part and parcel of model railroading, so it makes it very tough sometimes, because if you don't like electronics or if you don't like wiring and stuff, I mean, you can always have someone do it for you, but then, you have to find someone to do it for you, you probably have to hire them, which costs money, or you can do it yourself and learn a new thing. So now I'm like full arm stretch right now. I can... There we go. Do not burn your fingers. And if you're a youngster and you're watching this, make sure you have a parent or, somebody who is experienced, who knows how to do this stuff, give you a hand. I'm glad I'm getting this done, because as soon as I get more of this done here, it'll give me a place that I can store my gondolas. I have a lot of gondolas. Most of which are O&R, which is what I have been using for scrap. But then Otter Valley did their 6000s and the 6400s. And I need those AIM cars that are coming in June. So I definitely need more space now. I've got a round file here. I'm just gonna, this track here is very, I don't want to say it's dirty, but it's, just want to clear off a little spot there. Now, keeping in mind, if you guys are chatting at me or asking me questions, I won't be able to see it until I look at the computer. So you'll have to bear with me while I'm doing this, and then I'll be able to answer any questions that you might have or critiques. Now, an area like this is a little bit harder to do, and I almost regret doing this, because this is a tough area. Again, like fully stretched out here, I can't always see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to let that stuff sit. Okay, so how many do I have here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay, well, let's try this. Let's see if this works. Bear with me for a second, guys. 'Is it a Mastercraft soldering iron? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure. Won't know until... Guys, what I do as far as wiring here. One, two, three, four, five. So there's 10. I think it was about 20 bucks. I think. And I'm going to need to do 2 of these, but I've got 12 wires. And I'm just gonna do one of these so you can see. So I've got one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't even have to cut this. This is great. So all I'm gonna do is connect all these to all my feeders in that section. But I'm going to do one that's specifically for positive and one that's specifically for negative. Okay, so I take a bunch of pieces that are, what was that, 4 inches long? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got to do 11. It. Do I have 2, 4, 6? Sorry, I wish there was a faster way to do this. If there is, I don't know about it. Two, 4. So what we're doing with this basically is that when you put a wire in here, it does not connect to anything else except for whatever you put into here. What I want to do is 12 terminals, and I want to jump from terminal 1 to terminal 2 to make sure that I'm jumping all the way from this one all the way to this one, hitting every. And this is a method that I've always used as far as wiring, and I've never really had any issues with it. And the screw to loosen it, you put your rail or your wire, you tighten it, and there you go, right? Bend, and then so I'm going, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep making these little. As far as attaching this, like, it does give you little holes here where you can screw it, like put a screw through and attach it to like the wood or whatever. But with the way that I am and the way I do things is that it's way easier for me to put some over and over again until all 12 of these channels, call it for the like stripping wire. So that requires a little bit of a further setup, right? So when you goes to a on and off switch, which in turn will block the power off is to the switch. Now Dave Co did a really good video. You guys go and check that out because he has a number adding tortoise switches, how to wire those, adding LED. Does a really good job of showcasing that stuff. Of us who are visual learners opposed to someone just explaining it, right? Because for me personally, I do like skill levels and all that stuff, so which is cool because then you develop. When it comes to something like this here, yeah. Do your wiring, do your research, and you create a an electrical masterpiece and not a nightmare. Very eye-catching. It's like, but when you're really good at something, you know, you can just fly through it. Hopefully it's okay. It's probably because I'm back here in the back room. Train air. Okay. A white one, just for you. quite often where loop all these together and it'll all be my white wire, and yeah. So. Is it better now? Can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm back under the layout here, and we're going to take a look real quick. So, where are we? So this one right here. This is what we're replacing. This only has 4 wires into it, but my area has expanded, so now I need to add 12 wires. So I wonder if I can point this straight up like this, and you guys can kind of... Sorry if you see up my nose. That's not my intention. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect all of these. And I'm going to add each of them. I'm going to do this one at a time here, because I have no idea where each of these go. That's okay. So this one will go into here. Oh, okay, or maybe not. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay. One's good so far. This one is like really twisted here because I had to twist it around the other one to make it kind of work. But now we need to get it in here. We're going to lock that down. So far, so good. We've got 2 in there. So I'm going to disconnect a couple more here. So, got 2 more on here. This one is from way over there. I'm not going to bother to label some of these because it's just there's just so much wiring, right? It's all basically for this area anyways. It's even worse when you get into like lighting buildings and stuff, except for the fact that I use mostly just the whatever it's called, the just plug it system. That's how I keep it simple though. Okay, so the wires that I had taken off of here, they are now on here, and all I have to do is add the other wires that I've dropped already. So I totally forgot my whatchamacallit thing in the other room. My thing that I use to strip the ends, my wire stripper. There you go. I'm just gonna grab that real quick. So, the wires that I added are way back here. So I'm just going to do this one at a time here. I'll be happy once this whole area is done. I feel like, well, except for the fact that obviously I started with my bottom level, but I've been working on the bottom level for what feels like forever. And there's a lot that I not necessarily skipped, but, you know, there was important things and then there was things that I didn't find were as important, if that makes sense. And I'm saving all that not so important stuff for, you know, last. I wanted to make sure that my main line was done. So now I'm coming back and I'm working on things like my sidings and my industries to get all that stuff done. And as long as my main line's good, which I feel for the most part it is, except for some stuff on the top level, but I'm patient. I can wait. Yeah, there we go. So I have 3 spots here left, and they are specifically for that siding. Well, the 3 tracks that are, you know, on the side. So I'm just going to trim these so that they are already good to go, because I'm gonna have to make another one of these for the negatives. And those are my 3 tracks there that I added. I'm pretty sure it was only 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, probably. And I'll end up taking that out. So I just got to make that. This is my version of a quick job, by the way. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I do have to go into the back room here for a second. You know, I'm going to see if I can open up that door to see if I get a bit more signal back there. Because where my modem is located, okay, hopefully that helps and the signal is better. Hopefully. And if it's not, well, I'll just work through it. I get that right away. That's just my luck. I don't normally use these back here. I think I'll be able to finish this by 1 o'clock, which is in a little over 15 minutes, so I'll probably go right until then. And then that's my 2 hours for the day. One, two, three, four, five, six, 8. Actually, I'll just put this stuff away because I'm done with it. There we go. That's all garbage. Super handy. Alright, so we're just going to do the same thing here as far as connecting these wires to the terminal strip. Again, I found these terminal strips on Amazon. I think it was $20 and I got 20 or something. No, 10. It was 10 for $20. I used to get a very similar one from, was it? eBay. All my older ones, I ordered everything from eBay. But because they do come from overseas, I'm just going to say the word overseas, it takes about a month or so for them to get here, which for me, that doesn't really work. If I want to do this stuff like now or within the next couple of days, I'm not waiting a month or two for them to show up. So Amazon is the way to go with something like this. And if you're a Prime member, then it shows up even quicker. But yeah, I think I got them within, it was definitely within a week. And because it's like it's a rubbery plastic, you can actually cut right through this with your X-Acto knife. So if you just need like a 3 or a 4, or if you want to cut this in half, you can totally cut it in half, and then you've got more. I have a whole bunch here that, you know, if I'm doing something smaller, if I'm just taking 2 wires and making it one longer one, then yeah, I've got so many. And I can just hot remove it. It's very easy to remove. I also have these like crazy good ones where and it has like a bigger screw to it and whatnot. That might be over like $10, maybe $8. So that's less expensive alternative, and these are definitely the way to go with that if you're looking for something that does the exact same thing, not as a restraint on the wallet. What it's supposed to do, it just conducts the electricity. Go here. Now you could always, I could double this up and put make it half the size and put 2 wires on each side here. Track is this one, because when it comes to like putting 3 in here, sure you can do it, but so this one. Was it cutting out again? The size wire that I'm using is, I believe, 20 gauge. 20 gauge. This is the spool here, and it says on the end 20/2 CURDWE, 100 feet. Got it from the Home Depot. That's what it looks like there. Oh, is that upside down? There we go. If you need to, pause that and yeah. Okay, so we're back at the layout and we're underneath, and we want to start connecting some of these wires. I'm still here. still plugging them in here, so I've got 2 so far. I'll start bringing some of these over. And I hope that there's no issues. If this all works out, great. And I'll even run a train here for you, just to show you. What is everybody else working on? Is everybody else working on something today? Or you at work? Are you hanging out? What's going on? What's everybody up to? Because today is my Saturday, technically. Whoop. And that means the kids are back in school after a what feels like a 10-day weekend. The wife is at work, so the house is empty, and I get to work on the layout. And it's fun. This is the last wire. I think this is the last wire. No, I think I'm missing one. Which makes me think, am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to move this one over. Okay, so that can go into, just going to kind of try to untangle this. There we go. Okay, that was fun. These are the 2 that were there before. They were just holding 4, no, actually more than 4, about 8 wires each. And yeah. Okay, so the fun part now. Got to test it. Got to make sure that this works. All that time and effort that I just put into this, was it worth it? I've got a couple of trains here. They're more or less good to go. I'm going to keep that like that so that I can see if I can go right through. bring that back a bit. Okay. Turn that like that a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use this again. With this underneath to tilt that. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's... Anything on the track? No. Nothing metal. Is this good? Let's see if we've got a clear connection here. 2201. 2201. 2201. Okay. Okay, so I've got both my trains on there. Let's see here if we can power on. Okay, so they're both going in the same general direction. Okay, 2200. 2200 has to go forward. It's weird because there should be a substantial amount of power here. Let me do something real quick. These tracks do not get used all that much. Let's try that again. Come on. I do need to clean the tracks, like, for sure. You. Oh dang. Almost knocked over the laptop. Underface. If you guys have never seen the CMX clean machine before, or seen it in action, or seen it set up, that's basically what you do. You just put some isopropyl in there. You put on the cap. You don't want to put it down tight because you want to allow some air to escape. There is a pad on the bottom here that you can change out. And I'm just adjusting the drip level. So it drips down, soaks the pad, and then as it runs over the track, it will clean said track. And I hope this works. Oh man. Yep, it went over the... So it stopped because it went beyond the part that is isolated. Whoop. Come on. Keep cleaning. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit better than what it was. Also, we're comparing Bowser to Atlas there as far as the running goes. I mean, you know, they both run really well, but the tracks definitely did need some cleaning there. And I'm going to have to clean them again eventually as well because of the fact that because I'm going to have to glue the track down in certain areas there that are not glued down yet, and I have to wire more because the three tracks that I put in there, they each individually need their own trackage or card. Now, I don't normally run SD40s around here. I like to keep, to the smaller locomotives on the branch line, but for cleaning this track here, it's definitely necessary. Now, there is one more thing that I want to do, and it's just easier to do this because I want to get this over and done with now. And hopefully this pans out well. Because I ballasted this entire line here last Thursday, and the glue's been drying and whatnot, which is fine. But while I have the cleaner out here, I just want to make sure the track itself is clean. Because I'm yet to do this in this area, so. See what I mean? Things would run around this no problem before, and then you ballast it, and then, yeah, you gotta make sure you clean the heck out of it. I feel like I need 2 locomotives on here to really give her. Okay, give me 1 second. So we're going to turn that off, that off, that off. We're going to dispatch that. We're going to dispatch that. Okay. Give me 1 second here. For cleaning tracks and whatnot, you always want to make sure that you're using a heavier locomotive. Just want to check something here because that sounds odd. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove those from the track. Actually, I'm gonna put them up on the display so that they're not in the way. Not trying to rhyme. That's okay. Okay, so I've got my 2 heavyweights here. These are my Intermountain SD something. No, they're ET44s. ET44. And they can get through anything. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to go 3088 loco. We're going to go 3600 loco. Okay. Come on.
is sort of farther back. Okay, well, I'm gonna go, that far. The tracks themselves. Is this thing still dripping? Okay, that wasn't dripping, so that might have something to do with it. Go. There we go. Much better. Okay. Now we're cleaning stuff. The only other part that I do need to clean is up by the train station, but I'm not going to worry about that right now.
And I just want to show you this here because this is usually gross. When you clean your tracks, this is what it's cleaning. See what I mean? That was all on the rails, whether that was the top of the layout or like, you know, up there or this section here. That's gross. You gotta get that off your tracks. I have to go back to doing more of a thorough cleaning every so often. But when you get busy, you know, doing little projects like this, you tend to forget, or this gets pushed to the bottom of the to-do list, you know? It happens, but it is what it is. All right. Wow, you guys are all still here. Even after that painfulness. Okay, well, that's cool. All right. So just as a bit of a recap here, so basically I did an unboxing of some Grand Central trees that they were nice enough to send me out. And then I did a bit of painting on something that goes way back there on the second level. I cut some feeders and rewired some stuff. Still have a lot of work to do here, especially with the cleaning of the tracks and all that. And I have to cut some more cork to go under this. I want to make sure that this is the final arrangement of these tracks and the crane and whatnot. Does this look okay? Like, you know, what do you guys think? There's not much else going up here. There's going to probably be a road down there to a parking lot that's going to be in this general area as well. Just because, obviously, you know, you need to have trucks come in as well to deliver the garbage or scrap metal trucks. The CMX car does work really well. It, you know, made quite the difference here. Now I'm able to run trains around here again, which is good. And then I just have a bit more to do in other places around the layout. But, you know, yeah, lots of time. I feel like, you know, I'm coming up on year 3 in, what is it, July, either July or August. I'm pretty sure it's the end of July because we had moved in here August 2020. So yeah, I'm coming up to year 3 of working on this layout. I'm glad that, you know, my main line works and whatnot, but I'm really kind of trying to break down or, you know, work on more industries and get more of that stuff done. Lighting, great, you know. You know, industries are going in, more industries are, you know, being put into service there, and I'm able to put more cars throughout the layout. Yeah, it takes time. There's a lot to do. And I did go a little bit longer than what I thought I would do. Because I started around 11 and now it's going on 2 o'clock. So you get a lot done in that amount of time, but I kind of got sidetracked when I started playing with the trains. Not going to lie. It was fun. Yeah, so just so everyone knows, tomorrow night we'll be over on Tim's channel. They make it like that for Third Rail Thursday, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will. If not, I'll see you again tomorrow. But yeah, that's the plan anyways. So that's where we'll be. This Sunday, we're going to continue on with the Sunday Brunch kit build. We paused it last week because it was Easter. Again, I hope everybody had a really good Easter. And then today I just wanted to, you know, do some work, get some work done. It's quiet, so why not, right? Do some little odds and ends. And what else? That's it.
I guess that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Again, if you don't already subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. Leave a comment or anything down below or in the chat. Visit the merch store. We got some new sweaters and shirts and mugs. I know mugs are pretty big with you guys, all you coffee drinkers. So go take a look at some of the new merch that I have posted this past month. And yeah, we'll see you again real soon.